Welcome back. Today we are going to play with hydroforming. The general premise is using water pressure to form sheets of steel and other materials. And I'm joined by my very good friend, Mr. Tyler Bell. How's it going?
Fantastic.
Thank you very much for coming all this way to hang out.
I didn't realize it before you mentioned it, but I accidentally did hydroforming, but with ice.
So you made a cube of steel, filled it with water, froze it.
In liquid nitrogen.
And then it like expanded a little bit.
Yeah.
And like stuff did change.
Yes. Broke some things, yeah.
But what we've done is we've gone ahead and purchased this bad boy. This absolute monster of a pressure washer. So one method is to inflate like a pillowcase or a crisp or a chip packet.
Yeah.
Another method is to inflate just one half of a softer material. We're gonna start with that pillowcase method. So in order to inflate our steel, we have to go from stock pressure washer. Well, actually first, we need working pressure washer, because right now we haven't even turned it on. So we've got some expensive petrol station oil. We got some petrol. Tyler, we need a hose.
What?
Man, this is some kinky hose. Damn, and it's a long one as well. Open, ta-da! And now we pull. Hang on, wait. How about on? The rule is, of course, that the second person that tries it gets it going. No! Oh my goodness. Bro! That's crazy. Right, the pressure washer functions. We now got to figure out our fittings to be able to get it attached to some sheet metal.
Yes.
20 minutes later.
Let's do it. This is going to be a real pressure test of our welding, Tyler.
A couple thousand PSI, no biggie.
I should be trusted with those welds. That'll do job. I think they'll let me on the pipeline. You do a square or a circle first?
Square. I always prefer losing fingerprints than walking to get gloves too.
Yeah, me too. Hot. Ah! So this is going to be our first test piece. We're going to weld these two bits of sheet together like this, and then inflate them and see what it looks like. Hopefully it looks like some kind of cool pillow. Oh, that's a bit hot.
Off to a good start here.
Let's get this pipe on there. Don't look too close. MIG welding, tiny thin sheet with 1mm MIG wire, maybe not the best move, but I really don't want to have to TIG weld these. All right, screw it on. Nice.
Sick, we're off to a good start here.
We can't even get it to hold mains pressure with our crappy welding. You know what I say? Screw this piece, I want to explode it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's go do some better welding. Hopefully this will be a little bit of a better example of welding, apart from kind of looks like we might have welded the two plates together. Screw that puppy on. Yeah! Oh, colossal failure. You cannot let the two plates weld together, apparently. Time to take 3. Thanks for flying all the way out here, Tyler.
We're progressing fine, we'll figure it out.
All right, let's try a circle. Really not getting a whole lot of anything before it bursts.
But we might have a fix.
We just devised an idea that might be the solution. Oh, I think it might work, Tyler. This might be the move. Look how much better that looks. Ow, that's hot. No, basically this is all just like a question about how... Sorry to lump you into this, Tyler. Really poor welders can make seams that can withstand 3,000 PSI. I think this might work. Instead of welding on the edges, this was a lap weld. We had an overlapping seam, and right there I put the weld. This time we're also going to try and fill it up. In one of Colin's videos, he mentions it's important to fill it up first. Make sure there's as little air in the system as possible. Do you want to do the honors?
I would love to. 3, 2, 1!
Oh! Dude! He did it!
Yeah!
So much better, yes!
All right, we're on to it.
Yes, and this is so easy to work with. We just do a little offset on all the lines.
We've got a recipe now we're cruising.
What shape should we make from it? Now that we've got the technique, it's got to be something really important. I actually have a DXF already in the computer.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's just right there. One thing I want to do this time around, because obviously these things fracture and pop at the seams, there is a heat-affected zone from welding, where it gets super, super, super duper hot right at the weld pool, then next to it cools down quick. That heat-affected zone gets hard. Our last one popped, not at the weld, but at the heat-affected zone, right next to the weld. And so this time, I'm gonna get the big torch on it. We're gonna heat up all the seams to red hot. Hopefully that softens them up enough that we can like really properly pump this thing up with a ton of pressure before it pops. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Come on! No! Dude! Oh! It's like pinched and it's not filling the front. Hello. Woo! I don't like that it's pointing at me. Oh! That came out right there. Oh, of course, because that's the tiniest radius. It popped right in here. That's so cool. So I think one of the things that we're learning is that it really doesn't do well with big changes in area. Like where it goes from big to small, like it makes kinks. So I think you need like gradual changes in size.
Yeah, the small radiuses don't work, small corners.
No, and that's exactly where all of the bursts happen. I take care of my nuts with today's sponsor, MeUndies. They make the comfiest underwear that I've ever worn, and I'm so happy that they're a sponsor. It means they send me new pairs. Exciting! Their phenomenally comfortable micro-modal fabric underwear comes in all sorts of designs, from basic, professional, to downright adorable. Look at that, it's two dinosaurs in love. Their underwear is so comfortable. It's the best that I've ever found, and I'm so picky. I hate having to rearrange. No thank you. No matter what I'm doing, MeUndies is the best bet for me, whether I'm running, whether I'm here in the workshop, getting sweaty, or just chilling around the house. Their underwear comes in a ton of styles, whether you like them long, whether you like them short, and I highly recommend you try their ball caddy technology. Separate your nuts from your willy for those extra sweaty days. Now they've got a ton of other options as well, loungewear, as well as a full range for the ladies. So whether it's for you or the special somebody in your life, please go to MeUndies.com/Forge, where good things come in big packages.
Use promo code FORGE to get free shipping on orders over $75 and up to 50% off.
Please go try them, they're amazing. Let's get back to it. We're also noticing that around curves, it likes to suck it in. And in Colin's video, you ever see his video of making the exhaust, hydroforming the exhaust?
Yeah.
He builds it stretched out so that as it inflates and it stretches in, it comes to the right size.
Okay.
So we've drawn up 2 touch marks that are stretched out. We're gonna see if this is enough stretch to then bring it into a really perfect touch mark when it's said and done. Right, let's clean these puppies up.
No!
Yeah.
Dang it!
Uh-huh.
We just looked and immediately realized.
Yeah. We didn't put a hole in it before we welded them together.
No hole, no pipe.
How are you going to drill a hole through one sheet only when they're sandwiched together?
Nice.
Whoa! Whoa, it's doing it! Yes! Oh, it's going! The thing is, it's not even a matter of the weld being strong, it just ripped the material. That's where the material sheared. We've been inflating this with water. I personally have a preference for hot steel as opposed to cold steel.
And I've got a thing for compressed air, so that kind of makes sense.
And when you put those two things together, hot steel, compressed air.
Extreme danger and a lot of fun.
On a serious note, we're about to do something incredibly dangerous. This is not something to do at home. I'm treating this as if it's going to pop and send shrapnel flying. Don't do this. We're going to be as safe as possible. 3, 2, 1, open. Didn't close it. That's awesome! Like that could literally be made out of plastic.
It was plastic. Deformation.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Well, lesson there, kids, is you should try this at home. It's tons of fun. I'm joking. Oh.
Yeah.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Oh my I think we inflated it too much. We got what we wanted. Instead of trying to expand our sheets both directions, we're going to try and expand one single sheet out. And for that, we're going to need to make a jig that bolts to it all. So back to the plasma cutter.
So we've got 2 plates here. One is going to be on the dry side and one will be on the wet side. For the wet side, it's just a blank plate, but 1 hole for the pressure washer to weld onto. And then the other dry side of the sandwich has the opening for the, I guess, a dome that we're going to form.
All right, let's do it. So we're gonna make a sheet like that, sandwich that sheet between these two, and then blow through the middle here. Got to drill and tap this for 1/2" BSP. We saw a YouTube video where somebody used neoprene rubber. He recommended 1/8 inch for the gasket for this type of technique. So we're gonna whack some of this on the Wazer water jet and cut ourselves a gasket. It looks like a gasket. I've now loaded the material that we are going to hydroform in. It is not steel. This is 1mm thick aluminium. That's 40 thousandths thick aluminum. So we have a backer plate with a thread.
Okay.
Then we have our sandwich components.
The coupon will be forming, and then we'll try without the gasket first, just to see how bad of a seal it is between the mill scale and the aluminum, maybe.
Yeah, that's interesting. Hey,
One thing to note about our dry side plate, the form, is we put a good bevel on here to dress the edge so that when the aluminum swells up, it doesn't cut into that steel edge.
Let's clean them up and get them bolted. Perfect. It's smoking.
Cooking. So we went with aluminum this time because it'll probably be easier to form, and we don't have to worry about welding it this time, so it'd be a lot easier just to use aluminum.
It's definitely gonna leak though, look at that.
Okay.
Mains pressure leaking. All right, crank her up.
No way!
Is it doing it?
Yeah, it's quick.
That's amazing. Now we go. Oh! Dude, we burst it! That is nuts. Let's do more! We could do copper.
Oh, sick. That's great.
That is so awesome. That is so freaking cool. Didn't even need the gasket. What a waste of time. Please tell me it's big enough. Ow. Look, I've got all of these pieces. Oh, that one might be big enough. I think I'm gonna risk that.
Yeah. Whoa. Wow.
Holy crap.
That's getting close to hemispherical, like proper.
Okay, now let's take it out and anneal it.
Yeah.
See if we can really make it into a half hemisphere. Whoa, that's sick. I love that. All over my angle grinders. Oh my goodness, look at those colors. Oh my goodness. 3, 2, 1.
Whoa! It moved a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
jeez!
No! Look how thin it is.
Wow.
That was like millimeter thick copper. Well, that definitely needs to go on the wall, that's for sure. This could be really interesting for like making a bowl. Imagine if you then did some like hammering on this hemisphere.
Yeah.
Repoussé style. I wonder what interesting things you'd come up with, but we've got another idea. What if we don't just make a circle, but we make a form? So on that note, this is what you've got going on.
We can do.
Well, we want to try it.
Well, yes, we will attempt to make a graphic, and this is my logo. So we've got 2 cavities, and the fill port on the back side here is in the center, which might coincide about here. So on the wet plate, we're gonna have to mill a groove to fill both of those voids.
For this side, the water will come in here. We just need to make a little channel, connect that to there. What's the coolest project you've had on the go this year?
Getting dragged behind a truck.
Dragged behind a truck?
So I was trying to replicate a shot from one of the Transformers movies. Made a whole rig to drag me behind a motorcycle down the road behind a truck with a camera crane.
You guys should absolutely check out Tyler's channel to see great builds, great movie stunts, practical movie special effects.
Yes.
All right, boys and girls, 3, 2, 1.
Stop!
Did it happen that quick?
Yeah, I should have seen that as a failure point.
And look at that buckling here. We need to make a brand new piece of aluminium, and we need to bolt those wiggly bits down. Ooh, yeah, that's
Oh
delightful.
wow, that is a big tear.
I think we need way bigger radius.
Okay.
Way bigger radii in here. All right. Stop! Immediately. Oh! Underneath that sharp corner of the bee. Okay, we need a lot more, much smoother radii on those inside edges.
Okay, here we go. Small pump.
Oh, it blew instantly, dude.
Wait, maybe it didn't. Same place.
Oh!
So you know, we cut this gasket to seal from leaking around the edge. We didn't end up needing that, but this gave me an idea. What if we put this, instead of on the wet side, on the dry side between the aluminum and the top form, and then have this overhang and offset, maybe a 1/4 inch, and then this would curl up between the aluminum and that harsh
It's going
edge.
to increase that bend radius.
Kind of give it, yeah, some give on the corner.
Right, let's try it.
All right.
I love it.
Ready?
Oh! This definitely works better on big, wide forms.
Definitely, with less change in contour.
Oh yeah, this is hard work for that material to stretch to. With everything that we've learned, we need to actually come up with something practical. What is something that people in this world need? Flotation. So, we're gonna make an enormous donut. Let's load up the plasma cutter and do about 4 miles of welding. Dude, this is utterly nuts. Look at it. It's not even just nuts, it's donuts.
So let's do a pressure test with air before we fill this thing with like a gajillion gallons of water, and then I have to drain it out and re-weld it. It's exhausting. It's holding air.
Yeah? That's so scary. Yeah, baby, send it, gun it. We're filling them up. That filled up a lot quicker than I thought. 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that thing, Tyler.
Outstanding.
It's a cartoon donut.
If we wanted to, we could drain it, weld over, and keep going.
Yeah. We had a small leak already on the
Oh
opposite
no!
side. Yeah.
We've already got a leak. No! Sure is good we spent so much time plugging those leaks. Let's go see if she floats.
The rubber ones are a lot quieter.
We did it, Tyler. I'm just so happy with this. I want to make sure this thing doesn't rust apart because this is going to be my new favorite seaside toy. Thanks to your help. Thank you, Tyler. Great fun.